coming march, standing defiantly beneath the oppressive corporate arch. My posture is rigidly straight and my chin is pointed high, refusing to believe another manufactured systemic lie.
I carry the painted banner protesting the wicked regime, awakening the sleeping public from their apathetic dream. My footsteps hit the asphalt with a synchronized heavy thud, demanding absolute justice for the spilled innocent blood. Marching forward to the beat of the righteous drum, proving that the day of absolute reckoning has come. A synchronized movement of the unified working class, shattering the ceiling made of restrictive elite glass. Walking proudly with this powerful rebel stride, having absolutely nothing left to fear or hide. A militant pacing that violently shakes the ground, the most intimidating, revolutionary, aggressive sound. Advancing steadily against the corrupt magistrate, determining our own independent sovereign fate. A highly rhythmic, unstoppable pedestrian force, refusing to ever deviate from this righteous course. The cadence is dictated by the heavy thumping bass guitar, broadcasting our revolutionary message incredibly far. I refuse to step aside for the wealthy armored motorcade. We are the bold architects of this new egalitarian brigade. The pavement cracks beneath the weight of our unified intent, showing exactly how our political organized energy is spent. We chant a highly rhythmic, deeply powerful slogan, fixing a socio-economic system that is fundamentally broken. Marching forward to the beat of the righteous drum, has come. Oh, a synchronized movement of the unified working class, shattering the ceiling made of restrictive elite glass. Oh, walking proudly with this powerful rebel stride. Oh, walking proudly with this power, having absolutely nothing left to fear or hide. A militant pacing that violently shakes the ground, the most intimidating, revolutionary, advancing. Do not falter or break the established marching line. This coordinated movement is by our own design. Step forward and push the oppressive boundary back. A highly rhythmic, unified pedestrian attack. Left foot, right foot, stand tall. Won't put up with the lies. Right foot, stand tall. Won't put up with the lies. Right foot, stand tall. Won't put up with the lies. Keep walking, no talking. Street shake, system breaks.
Deep in the dark where the shadows play, I watch the city wash the pain away. The glass is empty and the room is cold. Stories of silver turned into mold.
I hear your rhythm in the quiet street, a heavy heart where the lovers meet. The smoke is rising like a velvet ghost, loving the one that I need the most.
The night is heavy, the air is thin. We're hiding secrets underneath our skin. Midnight smoke in the neon light, chasing the ghosts of a broken night. Two hearts beating in a slow decay, burning the sorrow until the day.
Cool breeze blowing through the iron gate, I leave my burden to the hands of fate.
You sing the blues with a steady hand, walking alone in this desert land.
My voice is cracking like a dry old leaf,
Searching for mercy or some sweet relief.
you are the comfort in this lonely day, and
I find my rhythm all over again. The night is heavy, the air is thin. We're hiding secrets underneath our skin. Midnight smoke in the neon light, chasing the ghosts of a broken night. Two hearts beating in a slow decay, burning the sorrow until the day.
we don't need saving.
We don't need light,
Just the embers glowing in the dead of night.
midnight smoke, burning slow. Midnight smoke, nowhere to go. Midnight smoke in the neon light, chasing the ghosts of a broken night. Two hearts beating in a slow decay, burning the sorrow until the day. Fade to black, just the smoke,
Dust the blues.
Staring directly at the massive concrete systemic barricade, a deeply oppressive structure that the wicked empires made. The mortar is mixed with the tears of the heavily exploited, a highly restrictive boundary that must be actively avoided.
The barbed wire coils dangerously across the fortified top, but our determined demolition efforts will absolutely not stop. I spray paint a deeply rebellious message upon the gray stone, refusing to fight this heavily entrenched wicked system alone. deception and pure greed, ignoring every single fundamental human biological need, applying maximum kinetic force to the structural scene, awakening the oppressed from their restricted dreams, smashing down this incredibly heavy Babylon wall, watching the corrupted, wicked, ancient empire fall, a systemic barrier designed to artificially divide where the greedy politicians and the billionaires hide. We strike the concrete until the massive rebar bends, ensuring that this era of inequality finally brutally ends, reducing the restrictive borders to a pile of dusty rubble, creating a massive amount of righteous systemic trouble. The vibrations from the reggae bass begin to crack the cement, a highly powerful acoustic, revolutionary, destructive event. I swing the heavy pickaxe with a remarkable athletic mind, dismantling the architecture of oppression in the pale moonlight. The trumpet sound a highly victorious, biblical loud blast, ensuring that this artificial separation will never truly last. The bricks tumble downward in a massive, suffocating cloud, while the gathering revolutionary assembly cheers out loud, smashing down this incredibly heavy Babylon wall, watching the corrupted, wicked, ancient empire fall. No physical border can contain the human righteous spirit. When the call for absolute liberation arrives, we hear it. The architecture of oppression is ultimately structurally weak. When the unified, deeply determined, massive populations speak, strike hard, break, rock, smash down. The block dust flies, wall dies. Strike hard, break, rock, smash down. The block dust flies, wall dies. Rubble falls. The rubble falls, broken walls, path clear, no fear. Soft rain falling on the window pane, tracing the lines of a hidden stain. I bought a dress that is colored in wine, trying to lose all the thoughts of your line. I saw you crying by the harbor wall, waiting for someone to break your fall. You look like sorrow in a brand new suit,
playing the blues on a broken flute. Don't wipe the mascara, don't hide the pain. We're just two dancers in the pouring rain. Velvet tears on a satin floor. I don't know who I am anymore. Slipping away in a jazz refrain. Dancing the dance of the beautiful pain.
The rhythm changes when you say my name. A little fire that is still the same. I wanna carry all the weight you bear
Before we vanish into thin air. You have a way of making time stand still, pushing the stone up the highest hill. My heart is heavy but the beat is light. We'll find a way through the darkest night. Don't wipe the mascara, don't hide the pain. We're just two dancers in the pouring rain. Velvet tears on a satin floor. I don't know who I am anymore. Slipping away in a jazz refrain. Dancing the dance of the beautiful pain. Nothing is holy, nothing is pure, except for the sting of the perfect cure. Velvet, soft and deep, secrets that we keep. Velvet tears on a satin floor. I don't know who I am anymore. Slipping away in a jazz refrain. Dancing the dance of the beautiful pain. Falling down like velvet. Just you and me. Strutting aggressively down the highly populated, busy boulevard, protecting my massive vanity with an incredibly heavy guard. I demand the absolute attention of every single passing eye, believing that I am the most spectacular person under the sky.
My narcissistic attitude requires a constant stream of loud applause, ignoring my numerous, highly obvious, fundamental character flaws. I pose dramatically for the imaginary, flashing paparazzi cameras, feeding my ridiculously inflated, highly delusional panoramas. I boast loudly about my supposedly magnificent, incredible wealth, ignoring the rapid deterioration of my actual mental health. Someone in the back row issues a highly sarcastic, quiet laugh, instantly destroying the fragile confidence of my personal staff. My posture stiffens aggressively in a highly defensive, rigid stance. I lost control of this highly public, arrogant, performative dance. The humiliation burns intensely across my deeply flushed cheeks, a highly embarrassing incident that will haunt me for several weeks. The fragile glass pedestal immediately shatters, proving that the superficial validation matters. completely devastating for losing the manufactured respect of them all. Suffering from a remarkably bruised ego, watching the artificial arrogant confidence go. A massive, highly embarrassing narcissistic wound where the inflated personality is completely ruined. The audience points their fingers in absolute mockery, a highly devastating psychological public robbery. The superiority complex collapses into the dust, destroying the vanity and the arrogant trust. I attempt to issue a highly intimidating power verbal threat, but the gathered crowd displays zero intimidation or regret. My reputation plummets directly into the municipal gutter, leaving me with nothing but a pathetic defensive stutter. The self-importance I projected was entirely a massive bluff, and the highly critical observers have finally had enough. I retreat rapidly toward the safety of my tinted limousine, the most highly humiliated public figure ever seen. The mascara runs down my face in a highly panicked stream, waking up violently from this arrogant, self-centered dream. I check the social network for a tiny ounce of positive validation, but I only find a massive wave of digital public condemnation. The grand illusion of my absolute perfection is permanently dead, leaving a highly painful throbbing headache inside my head. We fly too incredibly close to the burning metaphorical sun, and now the boastful, arrogant, prideful performance is done. The fragile glass pedestal immediately shatters, proving that the superficial validation matters. Highly public, incredibly devastating for losing the manufactured respect of them all. Suffering from a remarkably bruised ego, watching the artificial arrogant confidence go. A massive, highly embarrassing narcissistic wound where the inflated personality is completely ruined. The audience points their fingers in absolute mockery, a highly devastating psychological public robbery. The superiority complex collapses into the dust, destroying the vanity and the arrogant trust. Swallow the heavy pride and accept the total defeat. Walk quietly away down the highly judgmental street. The massive head shrinks back to a normal size, removing the arrogant, highly boastful disguise. Stand tall, big fall, pointed laugh, broken style, hide face, lost grace. Suffering from a remarkably bruised ego, watching the artificial arrogant confidence go. A massive, highly embarrassing narcissistic wound where the inflated personality is completely ruined. The audience points their fingers in absolute mockery, a highly devastating psychological public robbery. The superiority complex collapses into the dust, destroying the vanity and the arrogant trust. Drive away, terrible day. Pride is hurt, face in dirt. toggle switch to activate the vacuum tubes.
Feeling the warmth of the circuit board as the electricity improves. The magnetic tape hums with a highly organic physical grit. A remarkably authentic sound that perfectly and naturally fits.
No digital perfection in this meticulously crafted retro mix, using all of the traditional studio engineered acoustic tricks.
The drummer plays with a highly human, unquantized touch,
loving this vintage sonic texture, perhaps a little too much.
Feeling the magnetic tape saturation push the gain,
Cleansing the
atmosphere of all the digital sterile pain.
a tactile experience in an era of cold binary code,
Traveling comfortably down this remarkably rhythmic road. Moving with this beautiful, authentic analog sway, escaping the clinical sounds of the modern digital day.
a remarkably warm,
Perfectly imperfect, connecting directly to the traditional musical tribe.
the needle tracks the groove
With a gentle, steady motion, sailing smoothly across the deep sonic frequency ocean. A tactile performance that feels undeniably, brilliantly real, embracing the warmth that only the vintage components feel.
The spring reverb adds a highly natural,
Shimmering decay,
washing the artificial,
computer-generated harshness away.
I adjust the physical sliders on the mixing
Console desk, creating a soundscape that is delightfully, rhythmically grotesque. The tape hiss provides a highly comforting, investing my heart and my soul inside this musical packet. We capture the performance in a single unedited tape, producing the genuine magic that digital software cannot fake. Feeling the magnetic tape saturation push the gain, cleansing the atmosphere of all the digital sterile pain.
a tactile experience in an era of cold
Binary code,
traveling comfortably down
this remarkably rhythmic ride. Moving with this beautiful, authentic analog sway, escaping the clinical sounds of the modern digital day.
a remarkably warm,
Perfectly imperfect,
oh, oh, oh.
the needle tracks the groove. Ooh, the needle tracks the groove. Ooh, 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 the needle tracks the groove.
Return to the roots of the magnetic,
Recording our
let the vintage components play there.
traditional part,
The warmth is essential to the message
we convey in this remarkably authentic, beautifully analog way. Tape spins, groove wins, pure sound, low ground, feel heat, real beat. Tape spins, groove wins, pure sound, low ground, feel heat, real beat. Tape spins, low ground, tape spins. Flipping the heavy toggle switch to activate the vacuum tubes. Feeling the warmth of the circuit board as the electricity improves. The magnetic tape hums with a highly organic physical grit. A remarkably authentic sound that perfectly, naturally fits.
No digital perfection in this meticulously crafted retro mix, using all of the traditional
studio engineered acoustic tricks. The drummer plays with a highly human, unquantized touch, loving this vintage sonic texture, perhaps a little too much. Feeling the magnetic tape saturation push the gain, cleansing the atmosphere of all the digital stereo pain. A tactile experience in an era of cold binary code, traveling comfortably down this remarkably rhythmic road, moving with this beautiful, authentic analog sway, escaping the clinical sounds of the modern digital day. A remarkably warm, perfectly imperfect harmonic vibe, connecting directly to the traditional musical tribe.
The needle tracks the groove with the gentle, steady motion,
sailing smoothly across the deep sonic frequency ocean.
a tactile performance that feels undeniably
Brilliantly real, embracing the warmth that only the vintage components feel.
The spring reverb adds a highly natural
Shimmering decay,
washing the artificial.
computer-generated harshness away.
I adjust the physical sliders on the mixing console desk,
Creating a soundscape that is delightfully, rhythmically grotesque. The tape hiss provides a highly comforting, invest in my heart and my soul inside this musical packet. We capture the performance in a single unedited take, producing the genuine magic that digital software cannot fake. Feeling the magnetic tape saturation push the gain, cleansing the atmosphere of all the digital sterile pain. Oh, a tactile experience in an era of cold binary code, traveling comfortably down this remarkably rhythmic road. Moving with this beautiful, authentic analog sway, escaping the clinical sound of the modern digital day. A remarkably warm, perfectly imperfect harmonic vibe, connecting directly to the traditional musical tribe. Return to the roots of the magnetic recording art. Let the vintage components play their tradition part. The warmth is essential to the message we convey in this remarkably authentic, beautifully analog way. Tape spins, groove wins, pure sound, low ground, feel heat, real beat. Flipping the heavy toggle switch to activate the vacuum tubes. Flipping the heavy, flipping the heavy toggle switch to activate the vacuum tubes. Flipping the heavy toggle switch to activate the vacuum tubes. Feeling the warmth of the circuit board as the electricity improves. Flipping the heavy toggle switch to activate the vacuum tubes. Feeling the warmth of the circuit board as the electricity improves. Flipping the heavy toggle switch to activate the vacuum tubes. Feeling the warmth of the circuit board as the electricity improves. Flipping the heavy toggle switch to activate the vacuum tubes. Feeling the warmth of the circuit board as the electricity improves. Flipping the heavy toggle switch to activate the vacuum tubes. Feeling the warmth of the circuit board as the electricity improves. The magnetic tape hums with a highly organic physical grit. A remarkably authentic sound that perfectly, naturally fits. No digital perfection in this meticulously crafted retro mix. Using all of the traditional studio engineered acoustic tricks. The drummer plays with the highly human, unquantized touch. Loving this vintage sonic texture, perhaps a little too much. Feeling the magnetic tape saturation push the game, cleansing the atmosphere of all the digital sterile pain. A tactile experience in an era of cold binary code, traveling comfortably down this remarkably rhythmic road. Moving with this beautiful, authentic analog sway, escaping clinical sounds of the modern digital day. A remarkably warm, perfectly imperfect, connecting directly to the traditional musical tribe. The needle tracks the groove with a gentle, steady motion, sailing smoothly across the deep sonic frequency ocean. A tactile performance that feels undeniably, brilliantly real. Opening the forgotten velvet-lined mahogany drawer, discovering the precious heirlooms from a century before. The inherited cutlery is completely coated in a dull gray, losing its original spectacular gleam to natural decay. I hold the blackened spoon up to the dim parlor light, a magnificent historical artifact that no longer shines bright. The oxidation process has completely claimed the valuable prize. A deeply melancholic aesthetic appearing right before my eyes.
I fetch the chemical paste in a highly abrasive cotton rag, pulling the cleaning supplies from a heavy industrial bag, applying the toxic solvent directly onto the docking tray, scrubbing furiously to wash the ugly metallic stain away. The sulfurous reaction smells incredibly potent and foul. I wipe my sweating forehead with a stained kitchen towel. The historical patina refuses to easily surrender its hold, a deeply stubborn discoloration hiding the underlying gold, losing the incredibly reflective, immaculate sheen. The most neglected dining set we have ever seen. Chemicals failing to reverse the heavy atmospheric rust, buried completely beneath a thick layer of antique dust. Holding this incredibly tarnished silver, a heavily oxidized disappointment
monetary worth, reclaiming its original dirty connection to the earth. A beautiful antique suffering from terrible gross neglect, demanding a much higher level of curatorial respect. The forks and knives are permanently stained and bleak, a highly tragic, unpolished relic of the antique week.
I serve the evening meal upon the heavily discolored plate, accepting this remarkably flawed metallurgical fate. The bitter taste of the unpolished alloy ruins the fresh food, creating a highly uncomfortable, deeply unappetizing mood. We attempt to slice the bread with a remarkably dull blade, watching the remnants of our wealthy ancestry slowly fade. The dining experience is compromised by the lack of care, a highly embarrassing presentation that we are forced to share.
I packed the entire collection into a heavy cardboard box, carrying the heavy burden down the numerous city blocks, arriving at the local pawn shop to negotiate a rapid sale. A highly desperate, incredibly tragic financial fairy tale. The broker inspects the merchandise with a highly critical eye, offering an insultingly low price that makes me want to cry. The degradation of the alloy drastically reduced the total price, a highly painful, deeply regrettable economic sacrifice, losing the incredibly reflective, immaculate sheen, the most neglected dining set we have ever seen. Chemicals failing to reverse the heavy atmospheric rust, buried completely beneath the thick layer of antique dust. Oh, holding this incredibly tarnished silver, a heavily oxidized, disappointing visual filter. The valuable metal loses its spectacular monetary worth, reclaiming its original dirty connection to the earth. A beautiful antique suffering from terrible gross neglect, demanding a much higher level of curatorial respect. The forks and knives are permanently stained and bleak, a highly tragic, unpolished relic of the antique week. Of the chronological line, the darkening of the material is an unavoidable truth, erasing the pristine perfection of its manufactured youth.
Rub hard,
paste dry,
dough gray,
lost pride,
pack up,
sell cheap. Oh, holding this incredibly tarnished silver, a heavily oxidized, disappointing visual filter. The valuable metal loses its spectacular monetary worth, reclaiming its original dirty connection to the earth. Beautiful antique suffering from terrible gross neglect, demanding a much higher level of curatorial respect. The forks and knives are permanently stained and bleak, a highly tragic, unpolished relic of the antique week.
Drawer closed,
value lost, heavy box, pay the cost. Crouching silently behind the overflowing rusted dumpster, observing the highly suspicious activities of the local hustler. The territory is strictly divided by the invisible gangland line, a highly dangerous perimeter where the rival factions dine.
I clutch the switchblade tightly inside my leather
Jacket pocket,
ready to launch myself
exactly like a highly explosive rocket.
The stray dogs whimper
Nervously at the incoming violent threat, the most incredibly tense urban confrontation I have seen yet.
I got the illegal merchandise hidden beneath the cardboard box,
relying heavily upon my deeply instinctual predatory street smarts. My heavy combat boots step quietly over the broken liquor bottles, while the massive engine of the getaway vehicle gently throttles. I spot a trespassing stranger entering a highly restricted zone, a fatal miscalculation wandering into this hostile turf alone. The street lamp flickers dangerously, casting a terrifying silhouette, a highly aggressive encounter that the intruder will quickly regret. Navigating the incredibly dangerous narrow back street where the criminal underground and the authorities meet, avoiding the blinding beam of the helicopter searchlight, surviving the brutal reality of this territorial night. Engaged in this highly dangerous midnight alley prowl, listening to the aggressive territorial predatory howl, sneaking past the chain link fence and the barbed wire, walking directly into the center of the gangland fire.
a remarkably stealthy, highly tactical
Urban advance, taking the masses, incredibly risky. Survival is chance,
protecting our
designated sector from the rival crew. A remarkably grim, aggressive metropolitan view.
I whistle a highly specific coded signal to my hidden associates
Before the deeply tense
violent situation
completely escalates,
the trespasser freezes entirely,
realizing the massive mistake, a deeply terrifying scenario
that nobody could
possibly fake.
We emerge slowly from the deeply murky,
Intimidating corners,
acting as the ultimate.
highly aggressive neighborhood warners.
The intimidation tactics are executed with
Phenomenal precision, forcing the intruder to make a rapid life-saving decision. I step out from the shadows, revealing my intimidating presence, demonstrating the highly aggressive territorial criminal essence. The intruder drops the stolen goods directly onto the wet cement, a remarkably fast, highly cowardly ultimate relinquishment.
we reclaim our stolen property
Without shedding a single drop, disappearing quickly before the arrival of the municipal cop. The back door of the illegal gambling den swings rapidly open, swallowing us whole before another threatening word is spoken. Navigating the incredibly dangerous narrow back street where the criminal underground and the authorities meet, avoiding the blinding beam of the helicopter searchlight, surviving the brutal reality of this territorial night. Engaged in this highly dangerous midnight alley prowl, listening to the aggressive territorial predatory howl, sneaking past the chain link fence and the barbed wire, walking directly into the center of the gangland fire.
Oh, remarkably stealthy,
High tactical protecting our designated sector from the rival crew. A remarkably grim, aggressive metropolitan view. The sirens wail loudly from the adjacent major avenue, scattered quickly like the highly disciplined stealthy crew. The back streets provide a remarkably complex safe maze, surviving another incredibly dangerous territorial phase. Run fast, high, low, don't speed, go, go, jump fast, stay tense. Engaged in this highly dangerous midnight alley prowl, listening to the aggressive territorial predatory howl, sneaking past the chain link fence and the barbed wire, walking directly into the center of the gangland fire. A remarkably stealthy, highly tactical urban advance, taking a massive, incredibly risky survivalist chance, protecting our designated sector from the rival crew. A remarkably grim, aggressive metropolitan view. Sirens fade, crouching silently behind the overflowing rusted dumpster, observing the highly suspicious activities of the local hustler. The territory is strictly divided by the invisible gangland line, a highly dangerous perimeter where the rival factions dine. I clutch the switchblade tightly inside my leather jacket pocket, ready to launch myself exactly like a highly explosive rocket. The stray dogs wink a mercy at the income. Strutting aggressively down the highly populated, busy boulevard, protecting my massive vanity with an incredibly heavy guard. I demand the absolute attention of every single passing eye, believing that I am the most spectacular person under the sky. My narcissistic attitude requires a constant stream of loud applause, ignoring my numerous, highly obvious, fundamental character flaws. I pose dramatically for the imaginary flashing paparazzi cameras, feeding my ridiculously inflated, highly delusional panoramas.
I boast loudly about my supposedly magnificent, incredible wealth, ignoring the rapid deterioration of my actual mental health. Someone in the back row issues a highly sarcastic, quiet laugh, instantly destroying the fragile confidence of my personal staff. My posture stiffens aggressively in a highly defensive, rigid stance. I lost control of this highly public, arrogant, performative dance. The humiliation burns intensely across my deeply flushed cheeks, a highly embarrassing incident that will haunt me for several weeks. The fragile glass pedestal immediately shatters, proving that the superficial validation matters. A highly public, incredibly devastating fall, losing the manufactured respect of them all. Suffering from a remarkably bruised ego, watching the artificial, arrogant confidence go. A massive, highly
highly embarrassing narcissistic wound where the inflated personalities completely ruin. The audience points their fingers in absolute mockery, a highly devastating psychological public robbery. The superiority complex collapses into the dust, destroying the vanity and the arrogant trust.
Hey, I attempt to issue a highly intimidating, powerful verbal threat, but the gathered crowd displays zero intimidation or regret. My reputation plummets directly into the municipal gutter, leaving me with nothing but a pathetic defensive stutter. The self-importance I projected was entirely a massive bluff, and the highly critical observers have finally had enough. I retreat rapidly toward the safety of my tinted limousine, the most highly humiliated public figure ever seen. The mascara runs down my face in a highly panicked stream, waking up violently from this arrogant, self-centered dream. I check the social network for a tiny ounce of positive validation, but I only find a massive wave of digital public condemnation. The grand illusion of my absolute perfection is permanently dead, leaving a highly painful throbbing headache inside my head. We fly too incredibly close to the burning metaphorical sun, and now the boastful, arrogant, prideful performance is done. The fragile glass pedestal immediately shatters, proving that the superficial validation matters. A highly public, incredibly devastating fall, losing the manufactured respect of them all. Suffering from a remarkably bruised ego, watching the artificial, arrogant confidence go. A massive, highly embarrassing narcissistic wound where the inflated personalities completely ruin. The audience points their fingers in absolute mockery, a highly devastating psychological public robbery. The superiority complex collapses into the dust, destroying the vanity and the arrogant trust. Total defeat, walk quietly away down the highly judgmental street. The massive head shrinks back to a normal size, removing the arrogant, highly boastful disguise. Stand tall, big fall, pointed at broken style, face lost grace. Suffering from a remarkably bruised ego, watching the artificial, arrogant confidence go. A massive, highly embarrassing narcissistic wound where the inflated personality is completely ruined. The audience points their fingers in absolute mockery, a highly devastating psychological public robbery. The superiority complex collapses into the dust, destroying the vanity and the arrogant trust. Drive away, terrible day, pride is hurt, face in dirt. Staring at the cobalt-tinted walls of this empty apartment, processing the heavy internal, deeply melancholy. The color blue is aggressively saturating my mental field, an emotional barrier that I am currently forced to yield. Drinking the coffee while watching the city turn deep indigo.
struggling to find the motivation to get up and actually go.
The atmosphere is heavy with the remarkably blue, stagnant haze,
navigating through the remains of these dark cobalt days. The hue of the sorrow is painted in deep royal shade, watching the remnants of the vibrant relationship slowly fade. A moody reflection of the internal psychic state of mind, leaving all the positive, colorful memories far, far behind. Caught inside this incredibly heavy, permanent cobalt mood, a deeply melancholy, sad and uninspired dark solitude, painting the interior world with a brush of royal azure, searching for an emotional, color-shifting spiritual cure.
the frequency
Of the sadness is distinctly electrically blue, a moody projection of the feelings I am sharing with you. The shadows are long and the light is incredibly deeply dim, treading water in a dark oceanic melancholy blue brim.
The window reflects the indigo sky of the late afternoon, feeling completely out of sync with the rising pale moon.
I put on a record that matches this dark, saturated tone, embracing the feeling of being remarkably, deeply alone.
The color of the sadness is a
Vibrant, electric, deep blue,
a remarkably intense perspective that
I am experiencing too. We sit in the silence and watch the world turn to gray, wishing the cobalt intensity would finally just drift away. The hue of the sorrow is painted in deep royal shade, watching the remnants of the vibrant relationship slowly fade. A moody reflection of the internal psychic state of mind, leaving all the positive, colorful memories far, far behind. Caught inside this incredibly heavy, permanent cobalt mood, a deeply melancholy, sad and uninspired dark solitude day, painting the interior world with a brush of royal azure, searching for an emotional, color-shifting spiritual cure. The saturation of the sadness is a beautiful, tragic sight, stretching across the entirety of this deep cobalt night. We dwell in the color until the intensity finally wanes, washing away the residual dark, the melancholic stains, blue tone, all alone, sad shades, slowly fade, deep hue, just you. Indigo night, no light, blue fade, truth laid. mahogany drawer, discovering the precious heirlooms from a century before. The inherited cutlery is completely coated in a dull gray, losing its original spectacular gleam to natural decay.
I hold a blackened spoon up to the dim parlor light, a magnificent historical artifact that no longer shines bright. The oxidation process has completely claimed the valuable prize, a deeply melancholic aesthetic appearing right before my eyes. I fetch the chemical paste and a highly abrasive cotton rag, pulling the cleaning supplies from a heavy industrial bag, applying the toxic solvent directly onto the darkened tray, scrubbing furiously to wash the ugly metallic stain away. The sulfurous reaction smells incredibly potent and foul. I wipe my sweating forehead with a stained kitchen towel. The historical patina refuses to easily surrender its hold, a deeply stubborn discoloration hiding the underlying gold. Losing the incredibly reflective, immaculate sheen, the most neglected dining set we have ever seen. Chemicals failing to reverse the heavy atmospheric rust, buried completely beneath a thick layer of antique dust. Holding this incredibly tarnished silver, a heavily oxidized, disappointing visual filter, the valuable metal loses its spectacular monetary worth, reclaiming its original dirty connection to the earth. A beautiful antique suffering from terrible gross neglect, demanding a much higher level of curatorial respect. The forks and knives are permanently stained and bleak, a highly tragic, unpolished relic of the antique week. I serve the evening meal upon the heavily discolored plate, accepting this remarkably flawed metallurgical fate. The bitter taste of the unpolished alloy ruins the fresh food, creating a highly uncomfortable, deeply unappetizing mood. We attempt to slice the bread with the remarkably dull blade, watching the remnants of our wealthy ancestry slowly fade. The dining experience is compromised by the lack of care, a highly embarrassing presentation that we are forced to share. I pack the entire collection into a heavy cardboard box, carrying the heavy burden down the numerous city blocks, arriving at the local pawn shop to negotiate a rapid sale. A highly desperate, incredibly tragic financial fairy tale. The broker inspects the merchandise with a highly critical eye, offering an insultingly low price that makes me wanna cry. The degradation of the alloy drastically reduced the total price, a highly painful, deeply regrettable economic sacrifice. Losing the incredibly reflective, immaculate sheen, the most neglected dining set we have ever seen. Chemicals failing to reverse the heavy atmospheric rust, buried completely beneath the thick layer of antique dust. Holding this incredibly tarnished silver, a heavily oxidized, disappointing visual filter, the valuable metal loses its spectacular monetary worth, reclaiming its original dirty connection to the earth. A beautiful antique suffering from terrible gross neglect, demanding a much higher level of curatorial respect. The forks and knives are permanently stained and bleak, a highly tragic, unpolished relic of the antique week. Stop trying to restore the impossible, flawless shine, accept the irreversible pattern.
edge of the chronological line. The darkening of the material is an unavoidable truth, erasing the pristine perfection of its manufactured youth. Rub hard, paste dries, dull gray, lost prize. Pack up, sell cheap. Hey! Holding this incredibly tarnished silver, a heavily oxidized, disappointing visual filter. The valuable metal loses its spectacular monetary worth, reclaiming its original dirty connection to the earth. A beautiful antique suffering from terrible gross neglect, demanding a much higher level of curatorial respect. The forks and knives are permanently stained and bleak, a highly tragic, unpolished relic of the antique week. Opening the forgotten velvet-lined mahogany drawer, discovering the precious heirlooms from a century before. The inherited cutlery is completely coated in a dull gray, losing its original spectacular gleam to natural decay. I hold the blackened spoon up to the dim part of light, a magnificent historical artifact that no longer shines bright. The oxidation process has completely claimed the valuable prize, a deeply melancholic aesthetic appearing right before my eyes. I fetch the chemical paste in a highly abrasive cotton rag, pulling the cleaning supply. Walking into the grand cathedral with a highly pious stride, a remarkably deceptive facade where the ultimate sinners hide. I clasp my hands together in a perfectly practiced fake prayer, projecting an illusion of purity into the sanctified air. My pristine white garments conceal a multitude of terrible flaws, ignoring every single one of the strict theological laws. The congregation admires my remarkably flawless saintly act, completely unaware of the highly devious underlying pact.
I stand upon the elevated pulpit, delivering a righteous speech, failing entirely to practice the morality that I constantly teach. The glowing ring of golden light
Hovers slightly above my head,
but it tilts aggressively to the left
whenever the sermon is said.
My angelic wings are heavily molting, dropping feathers on the floor. A highly hypocritical existence that I can hardly ignore. I collect the generous donations with a remarkably greedy smile,
perfecting this highly deceptive pseudo religious style, slipping rapidly from the pinnacle of divine grace. A highly manipulative expression upon the face, a celestial disguise is beginning to heavily slip. A deeply poisonous morality dripping from
pretending to be perfectly, exceptionally odd. The golden crown rests upon a highly deceptive mind, the most remarkably hypocritical trick you could find. A devilish character dressed in pure angelic white, executing a magnificent deception in the broad daylight. The choir sings a magnificent hymn of absolute salvation, while I actively plot my next highly unethical manipulation. I confess my fabricated sins to the incredibly naive priest, while my internal metaphorical demons are completely released. The stained glass window reflects my highly distorted silhouette, a deeply fraudulent performance that nobody will ever forget. I bless the unsuspecting crowd with a highly theatrical wave, marching confidently toward an incredibly unholy grave. The celestial jewelry is tarnishing from my inherent wickedness, a remarkable display of highly calculated moral sickness. I quote the sacred scriptures with a phenomenally accurate tone, while my actual empathy is as cold as a cemetery stone. The illusion of absolute innocence is a highly valuable tool, playing the entire religious community like a pathetic fool. We dance upon the highly fragile line between heaven and hell, casting a phenomenally convincing theological spell, slipping rapidly from the pinnacle of divine grace, a highly manipulative expression upon the face. The celestial disguise is beginning to heavily slip, a deeply poisonous morality dripping from the lip, wearing this remarkably crooked halo, putting on a highly deceptive holy show, a fallen saint executing a magnificent fraud, pretending to be perfectly, exceptionally odd. The golden crown rests upon a highly deceptive mind, the most remarkably hypocritical trick you could find. A devilish character dressed in pure angelic white, executing a magnificent deception in the broad daylight. Absolutely fail to fly. The tilted crown falls completely into the dirt, revealing the highly intentional spiritual herd. To preach loud, act pure, fake saint, no cure. Tilt down, lose crown, wearing this remarkably crooked halo, putting on a highly deceptive holy show, a fallen saint executing a magnificent fraud, pretending character dressed in pure angelic white, executing a magnificent deception in the broad daylight. Walking into the grand cathedral with a highly pious stride, a remarkably deceptive facade where the ultimate sinners hide. I clasp my hands together in a perfectly practiced faith prayer, projecting an illusion of purity into the sanctified air. My pristine white garments conceal a multitude of terrible flaws, ignoring every single one of the strict theological laws.
trying to make all the memories last. I'm running hot in a frozen town, wearing the weight of this heavy crown.
I'm feeling chill but the fire burns, searching for answers at all of the turns. You're like a tonic in a glass of ice. I pay the wager, I pay the price.
Sweat on the brow and a shiver inside. There's nowhere left for the lovers to hide. Cool fever, shaking the bones. We're singing blues on the telephones. Hot summer nights in a cold embrace, losing my mind in your beautiful face.
Giving you nothing but all of my best.
The temperature climbs to a dangerous peak. My spirit is tired, my body is weak. But when you arrive with that reggae tone, I know I'm never gonna be alone. Sweat on the brow and a shiver inside. There's nowhere left for the lovers to hide. Cool fever, shaking the bones. We're singing blues on the telephones. Hot summer nights in the cold embrace, losing my mind in your beautiful face.
Feeling so sure.
Cool fever, hot nights. Cool fever, shaking the bones. We're singing blues on the telephones. Hot summer nights in the cold embrace, losing my mind in your beautiful face. Burn it up, cool it down, let it play. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Crouching silently behind the overflowing rusted dumpster, observing the highly suspicious activities of the local hustler. The territory is strictly divided by the invisible gangland line, a highly dangerous perimeter where the rival factions dine. I clutch the switchblade tightly inside my leather jacket pocket, ready to launch myself exactly like a highly explosive rocket. The stray dogs whimper nervously at the incoming violent threat. The most incredibly tense urban confrontation I have seen yet.
I guard the illegal merchandise hidden beneath the cardboard box, relying heavily upon my deeply instinctual predatory street smarts. My heavy combat boots step quietly over the broken liquor bottles, while the massive engine of the getaway vehicle gently throttles. I spot a trespassing stranger entering a highly restricted zone, a fatal miscalculation wandering into this hostile turf alone. Street lamp flickers dangerously, casting a terrifying silhouette, a highly aggressive encounter that the intruder will quickly regret. Navigating the incredibly dangerous narrow back street where the criminal underground and the authorities meet, avoiding the blinding beam of the helicopter searchlight, surviving the brutal reality of this territorial night. Engaged in this highly dangerous midnight alley prowl, listening to the aggressive territorial predatory howl, sneaking past the chain link fence and the barbed wire, walking directly into the center of the gangland fire. Remarkably stealthy, highly tactical urban advance, taking a massive, incredibly risky survivalist chance, protecting our designated sector from the rival crew. Remarkably grim, aggressive metropolitan view. I whistle a highly specific coded signal to my hidden associates before the deeply tense violent situation completely escalates. The trespasser freezes entirely, realizing the massive mistake, a deeply terrifying scenario that nobody could possibly fake. We emerge slowly from the deeply murky, intimidating corners, acting as the ultimate highly aggressive neighborhood warners. The intimidation tactics are executed with phenomenal precision, forcing the intruder to make a rapid life-saving decision. I step out from the shadows, revealing my intimidating presence, demonstrating the highly aggressive territorial criminal essence. The intruder drops the stolen goods directly onto the wet cement, a remarkably fast, highly cowardly, ultimate relinquishment. We reclaim our stolen property without shedding a single drop, disappearing quickly before the arrival of the municipal cop. The back door of the illegal gambling den swings rapidly open, swallowing us whole before another threatening word is spoken. Navigating the incredibly dangerous narrow back street where the criminal underground and the authorities meet, avoiding the blinding beam of the helicopter searchlight, surviving the brutal reality of this territorial night. Engaged in this highly dangerous midnight alley prowl, listening to the aggressive territorial predatory howl, sneaking past the chain link fence and the barbed wire, walking directly into the center of the gangland fire. A remarkably stealthy, highly tactical urban advance, taking a massive, incredibly risky survivalist chance, protecting our designated sector from the rival crew. Remarkably grim, aggressive metropolitan view. Metropolitan view. The sirens wail loudly from the adjacent major avenue. We scatter quickly like the highly disciplined, stealthy crew. The back streets provide a remarkably complex, safe maze, surviving another incredibly dangerous territorial phase. Run fast, hide low, don't speak, go, go, jump fence. Intense, engaged in this highly dangerous midnight alley prowl, listening to the aggressive territorial predatory howl, sneaking past the chain link fence and the barbed wire, walking directly into the center of the gangland fire. A remarkably stealthy, highly tactical urban advance, taking a massive, incredibly risky survivalist chance.
lacing up the heavy leather boots for the upcoming march, standing defiantly beneath the oppressive corporate arch. My posture is rigidly straight and my chin is pointed high, refusing to believe another manufactured systemic lie.
I carry the painted banner protesting the wicked regime, awakening the sleeping public from their apathetic dream. My footsteps hit the asphalt with a synchronized heavy thud, demanding absolute justice for the spilled innocent blood. Marching forward to the beat of the righteous drum,
proving that the day of absolute reckoning has come.
a synchronized movement of the unified working class,
shattering the ceiling made of restrictive elite glass, walking proudly with this powerful rebel stride, having absolutely nothing left to fear or hide. A militant pacing that violently shakes the ground,
the most intimidating revolutionary art,
advancing steadily against the corrupt magistrate, determining our own independent sovereign fate. A highly rhythmic, unstoppable pedestrian force,
refusing to ever deviate
from this righteous course.
The cadence is dictated by the heavy thumping bass guitar,
broadcasting our evolutionary message incredibly far.
I refuse to step aside for the wealthy
armored motorcade. We are the bold architects of this new egalitarian brigade. The pavement cracks beneath the weight of our unified intent, showing exactly how our political organized energy is spent. We chant a highly rhythmic, deeply powerful vocal slogan, fixing a socio-economic system that is fundamentally broken. Walking proudly with this powerful rebel stride, having absolutely nothing left to fear or hide. A militant pace and that violently shakes the ground,
the most intimidating revolutionary.
I get cracking steadily against the corrupt magistrate, determining our own independent sovereign fate. A highly rhythmic, unstoppable pedestrian force, refusing to ever deviate from this righteous cause. Do not falter or break the established marching line. This coordinated movement is by our own designs. Step forward and push the oppressive boundary back. A highly rhythmic, unified pedestrian